Hello, this is Nina, your youth and music intern. And today I'm not actually going to be singing. I'm going to be wrapping presents. But not wrapping presents any old way. I'm going to be wrapping them sustainably, or doing my best to. But what does sustainability mean to you? To me, it means being creative, being curious, being compassionate and thoughtful. But it also means meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. And Christmas is often a time where want gets the upper hand over need. And we could all do better in cutting down on some things while still treating ourselves. For example, could we eat less meat? Could we walk or take a bike instead of taking the car? Could we treat ourselves to some LED light bulbs? I suspect we could learn a lot from trees this Christmas. Not only how to look magnificent when we're all dressed up in our Christmas gear, but also in that trees waste absolutely nothing. When their pine needles or their leaves fall down to the forest floor, they're used as shelter by animals or decomposed to provide crucial nutrients for the rest of the ecosystem. The Douglas fir, when it dies, aged half a millennium old, sends all its energy, nutrients, chemicals right down its trunk and into the fungal network, where it's then whizzed up to its tree friends. I think that's absolutely fantastic. It's the ultimate ancient benefactor and truly giving tree. Trees are true Christmas role models because they protect, feed and provide shelter for all living things, including the axemen that would cut them down. And you may be wondering why we're bothering to make our wrapping paper sustainable, since it's hardly the leading cause of deforestation. But I would suggest that small actions breed bigger actions, and also that we may not have control over forests being felled in Brazil for cattle ranching, nor do we have control over forest fires being ignited by extreme weather in Australia. But we do have control over how we wrap up our gifts this Christmas and for Christmases in the future. So let's get into good habits and let's get this wrapped up. So there we have it, 6 sustainably wrapped Christmas gifts. The first is in old tissue paper with a bit of ribbon and one of the Christmas card labels I made earlier. Next up is the slightly random and reminiscent of a Pass the Parcel gift made with scrap paper I got through my letterbox, glued down so it can go straight into paper recycling. This little dinky number is made with last year's Christmas wrapping paper, another card label and some easily removable festive tape. Now next up, I just did any old design on that brown paper, but would recommend you maybe going in with your fingerprints and then changing them into reindeers, or perhaps with a potato stamp if you're feeling creative. The next is probably my favourite, just brown paper tied up with string and then spruced up, not actually with spruce, but with maple, ivy and some other lovely leaves. And finally, if you've never thought about wrapping your gifts in fabric, then maybe think about it because it can be reused year on year. So I hope you've got some ideas about why trees are fabulous if you didn't think so already, and how to wrap up your Christmas presents sustainably. And in the spirit of the Vicar of Dibley, I wanted to end with a couple of tree jokes. Why did the tree go to sleep on the night before Christmas? For rest. Next one. Knock, knock. Tree. Tree wise men.